Yeah? Come in. One sec. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. What is up, people? I'm out of breath from stairs. Stairs are really gonna be the death of me. First of all, y'all haven't seen me in a minute. Hi, how are you? Second of all, we are starting with a new series. This is called Keeping It Raw. That is my idea for the name of the series, but feel free to suggest any name you want down in the comments, and we'll go through them as a collective. Maybe the most liked one I'll consider. It's gonna be like a new podcast format, so we'll still keep the Sunday drop. So the Sunday drop will be a normal video, but I'm thinking like a few times a week, maybe even daily if this starts to pick up and gets popular. I'll be dropping in for, I don't know, about 10 minutes a day, just running over whatever topics y'all want to talk about. I think in each episode for the next episode, y'all drop more topics in the comments that you want me to cover, or you can just hit me up on IG. Sometimes I'll have guests, sometimes I'll be alone. You love me either way. Yeah, I just feel like I have a lot more substance as a person beyond, like, what's your favorite position? And I just feel like I've lived in a number of places. I've had a lot of crazy life experiences. I'm 24 now. A lot of my viewers are younger. So I feel like I have quite a lot to talk about, and I do like the sound of my own voice. So we'll see how this series goes. We'll see if y'all enjoy it or not. Please give me feedback. Let me know. Interact. This is an interactive series. I think maybe it could lead to something great. Also, you'll notice the name of the channel has changed. Moneybag Matt is now live. You know that I bring the vibes. What's up with it? I think it just symbolized for me a change in mentality. I've been Sad Boy Live Club since I started the channel about a year ago, and I'm not really that guy anymore. I'm not like sad boy all the time. I think there definitely is a time and place for that person, but that's not what needs to drive me from now on. Now I'm about that bag. I'm about making that money, and I think that the more I shove that idea in my face consistently, the more tangible that goal becomes. So I hope you like it. I hope you like the new intro. I shifted it a little bit in case you did not notice. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the series. I dropped a prompt on my IG story. I said, yo, give me topics and I'm finna run through them, whatever. So the two topics today are big bundas and whether or not you can enjoy a vibe without girls. So big bundas first. I think the number one factor when analyzing big bundas or bundas in general is there sex or is there not sex on the table? Because bunds is necessary if you're dabbling in adult activities, okay? It serves many functions when you're engaging in activities of the midnight hour, you feel me? I mean, number one, it's a handle, okay? Offers great grip support. It lets you hit those hard to reach places. It's a crash pad. It tells you when you hit the maximum distance. Gives you a little feedback. It's called a communication tool. It says, hey, homie, enjoy the rebound. Go on your way back. We'll see you in a couple business seconds. Another important... I can't believe I made notes for Bunda. Another important function it serves is it's like a customer review button. Because the harder you slap it, the more you can communicate how much fun you're having. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like when sex is on the table, Bunda is very important. But when I was a youngin', right, before I even dabbled in all of these things that ETV told me about at 2 a.m., I was all about titties because that's what I could see. That's what I could engage with, that I had titties on my own. I was a fat kid, so I had a point of reference to go from, you know what I'm saying? I could look at myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I look good. I do have a very important message for a lot of girls. I know that today socials will have you believe that you need the fattest buns if you're going to be desirable to gents, or is that enough? And I'm here to tell you, girls, I promise you, for the majority of gents, a handful of nyash is more than enough. Don't let the socials degrade your mentality to the point where you think that you need the fattest cake and anything below that is not acceptable. I've dealt with a number of girls who are kind of insecure about their ass, right? But for me it was real enjoyable. And one of the keys to enjoying each other when you're dabbling in physical activities is that one thing I find so attractive from a woman is when they have confidence. Because when a girl's feeling themselves, I feel her more because she's giving me that indicator, you feel me? So in case any of y'all are insecure about your nyash size or anything like that, I'm not saying lie to yourself. If you have no nyash, you have no nyash. But if you're a borderline in the middle and you feel oh, it's not big enough, blah 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 blah, listen to what the homies around you are saying if you've ever dabbled, and if you're a bit more conservative, I think just try and be more realistic with yourself. You feel what I'm saying? It does not have to be the fattest out there to be a very enjoyable experience. That's me just being raw with you. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning. The point of hitting it raw as the name of the podcast is I just want to keep it 100, I keep it a buck with you on all the topics I talk about. That's generally who I am as a person, and I like it when my channel reflects my personality because it's just easier, It's easier to make content because I don't have to be someone else. And yeah, I feel like honesty goes a long way, especially today, because Y'all be lying. Okay, so the second topic was, can you enjoy a vibe without women? So I can speak from my own personal agenda first, and then we'll move from there. Personally, when I go out, and I assume whoever asked the question, y'all speaking like a vibe, like if the easier thing would be to say at a club, but let's say house party club, you're going out for the night, right? Personally for me, I look for three things when I go on a night out. One is drink that gets me tipsy on a level, like I'm floating. Two is a cutie to flirt with for the night, or any other sort of like significant event that I wouldn't have experienced had I not have come out. You know, like some drama, like somebody fights small. Doesn't necessarily, actually, preferably doesn't involve me, but just something to like, that I can like add to the timeline of this story when I tell it back to other people after the night out ends, you feel me? And the third thing is good music. Like good music always supplements. But to be honest, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Good music isn't like at the top of the list for me. It's those first two. Just talking to my homies, I think it's very important though, if you need a female's energy to like complete your night, it's very important to go out with the mentality that you're not going to force it. Do not go out with the I need this to happen mentality, because one of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to compromise your standard of quality just to fulfill your objective, which is something you're not going to be happy about in the morning and is not going to be a good look on the night out. Or you're going to blow your chance with that one shorty in the club that was a dub because you were too eager to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? Because those high quality ones can see desperation coming from a mile away, my G. Trust me, because they've been like dealing with that the whole night. You feel me? So you got to be a bit smooth or subtle with your sliding. That being said, some of my best nights out have been nights out like with just the homies. It's all about like adapting to your surroundings and making the best of your situation. I'm a very like critical thinker, so I do like a trade-off analysis before I go out, right? And I would suggest that like before you go out, think about the pros and the cons. Like, okay, the whole of tomorrow is going to be lost if I have a hangover or whatever. I'm not going to study or do work or be able to go do that thing I wanted to do. I have to sleep out. It's uncomfortable. I'd rather sleep at home, blah, blah, blah. If that's an option, if you go home, that's cool. You know, it's going to be expensive, blah, blah, blah. But pros, you know, I'm going to see this girl or I'm going to see this guy out. I'm going to, you know, have a great night with my friends. We've been waiting for this event for time. I've been stressed lately. It's going to relieve stress. But when you're out, and this is something that I struggled with like a lot in the past. When I'm out, I had the tendency to like continue doing the trade-off analysis while I'm out. And that does not work. Like you will be pissed at the night. Like, because things go wrong. When you're dealing with 5 to 15 people that you're going out with, you know, I'm fronting 15, that's a lot. That's some first year tendencies. That does not happen anymore. But if you're dealing with that amount of people, things are gonna go wrong. You know, a venue is gonna be shut. Someone's gonna fight. Someone's gonna get too drunk, not gonna be able to go out. You know, like something's gonna happen. So when you've made that decision, you think about it as a sunk cost, right? Like that's already happened. It's in the past. And what am I gonna do to make the best of my situation now? My best friend came out with me. You know, they're chilling. Let me go chill with them. That song is a vibe. Let's go vibe to that right now. Like, let's do whatever we can to make this night worth it. Do you feel what I'm saying? Okay, I know the original question, I've wavered a bit off topic. But yeah, I would say that conceptually, I would like a female on a night out in order for me to vibe. Because that's what I'm after as a single guy, you know? That's what I'm interested in. I'm also a romantic. I was brought up on rom-coms and I really love them. So I sort of like idealize flirting between me and a female. Do you get me? So it's sort of like a little love story for the night. In my head, like I really enjoy that concept. But practically, I'd say the best nights I've ever had on a night out have been with the homies. But some of the best nights I've ever had have definitely involved a female. Anyways, that's the end of Keeping It Raw for today. I might be back tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day. Drop down in the comments whatever topics you want me to cover. Anything. It could literally be anything. It could be like someone cheated on someone. This new track just dropped. My ass itchy. What can I do about that? What's the best way to approach diet and exercise? Matt, I love your short hair. I want to have your babies. You know, whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about. You get me? But yeah, peace. Have a good night. And catch you on the flip side. Chief Matt, outie. Bye.